Hey y'all, this is your second video for Wednesday, February 10th, 2021. We're going to read our next chapter, which is December 28th, 1942. So previously in the chapter before, Misha and all of the Nasharim boys got into a pillow fight. Franta comes in and he is angry, okay? He's angry for a lot of different reasons. You guys should take notes on why is he so angry that they're having fun? They're being kids. They're pretending that their lives have not just been uprooted, right? So make sure you're taking notes on that because you guys will have an entry ticket to participate in class on Friday and Tuesday. Other than that, right at the end of the chapter, Misha is not really understanding what Franta is saying, like, I wish it was better. I wish it was that fun for everyone here. And Misha kind of is enjoying this. Playing soccer is fun. Going to the program, aka school, is fun. Practicing for their play is fun, right? And we're kind of seeing how Franta and the Nasharim boys they're enjoying this. And we are probably going to learn a little bit about everybody else, what's going on in their world here in Terrazin. So December 28th, 1942. So this is about 10 days or about 2 weeks after the last chapter. I was so excited when the sun came out today and Franta told us we'd be having practice. But then I just played awful. I stink, I said to Jerry as we head down to the Bashta and back to L417. No, you don't, Jerry says, but I can tell that he's trying to be nice. What are you talking about? I haven't scored a single goal since I've been here. So, Jerry says, I barely ever score. You're a defender, Jerry. Defenders aren't supposed to score. I play wing. Wings are. Uh-oh, Jerry said, turning around. I forgot my hat. I stand there for a moment trying to figure out why this place makes me so bad at soccer. But then, when Jerry doesn't come back right away, I head up to the Bashta. He's talking to Franta, who's folding up a piece of paper and putting it in his pocket. The two of them give me a look that makes it pretty clear what or who they were talking about. I pretend I don't notice. Pretty soon, the three of us are walking back down again. Jerry, Misha, Franta says as we walk under some trees. Do me a favor. Grab a bunch of twigs. How many? I ask. A bunch, he says. Why? Jerry asks. Just pick some up. We do what he says, and soon we have a few dozen, some long, some short, most a little crooked. Franta sits down on a bench, so we join him, the twigs in our hand. Jerry, Franta says, hand me a twig. Franta takes one of the longer sticks from Jerry, holds it out in front of him. What do you think will happen if I try to bend this? It'll break, I say. Exactly, Franta says, and snaps it in half. Jerry, two more, please. Jerry gives him two shorter ones, and Franta holds them together in front of us. What now? He says. Jerry and I look at each other. Same thing, Jerry says. It's almost like a question. Franta snaps both of them in half. Misha, give me 11 twigs, one at a time. I hand him 11. He takes them and arranges them in a little bundle. Now what? I shrug my shoulders. Do you think I'll be able to break them? Yeah, Jerry says. Franta grips the sticks tight, making the tendons on the back of his hands bulge. He's not really that big, but his hands are incredibly strong. The funny thing, he actually is a goalie, just like I thought the day I met him. I haven't seen him play yet, but all the kids said he's amazing, totally fearless. It's been too cold, but when it warms up, they'll start the league again. The adult one, where the different work groups play each other. I guess the teachers, which include Franta, are one of the very best teams. Franta's knuckles are growing white, but the twigs won't break. He lets go. Here, he says, handing me the sticks. Give it a try, in case you thought I was pulling your leg. So I take them and try, even though I doubt Franta would ever pull my leg. I can't. Jerry, Franta says. Jerry grabs all the sticks. No. Take just one, Jerry does. Snap it. Jerry does. Another. Same thing. Another. Pretty soon, 22 twigs are lying on the ground in front of us. Well, Franta says. You can't break them together, I say, staring at the twigs. Right. Franta doesn't say anything. Right? I look and notice Franta watching two men walking down a street not that far from us. He follows them with his eyes for a while, not blinking once. One is a Jew wearing glasses with round frames. The other is a Nazi, an SS officer with a pointy nose and a chin that sticks out. It's only the second time I've ever seen an SS officer since I've been here. He's just walking slowly, but I shiver for a moment and feel something tighten up in my chest. Even though I can't see every detail from this far away, I'm pretty sure his uniform has the iron cross and the squares and the eagle and the skull, just like the men who came to our apartment and took father away. I close my eyes and lower my head. Who's that? I whisper to Jerry. I think that's Seidel and Edelstein, Franta says, not looking away. Who are they? I ask. Seidel is in charge, Jerry says, of everything. SS Officer Dr. Siegfried Seidel, Franta says quietly, but with disgust too. Commandant of terrorism. And Edelstein, Jerry says. Jacob Edelstein runs the camp for Seidel, Franta says. What do you mean runs it? He's the head of the Jewish Council, Jerry says. Huh? I ask. Edelstein oversees day-to-day operation, Franta says, so the Nazis don't have to. Just another rotten collaborator. Only he has made it possible, has to make impossible decisions too. I'm about to ask Jerry what impossible decisions means when Franta stood up and said, Come on, let's go. Literature class starts soon. A minute later, with L417 not too far off, I ask Franta, Wait, what was that about with the twigs? Yeah, Jerry adds. The left edge of Franta's mouth curls up. He looks down and grabs a thin stick near the edge of the street. Misha, this is you. You're a rather thin stick. For now, anyway. Okay, I said, feeling kind of stupid. Someday you'll be thicker. Someday we will all be. And Jiri, Franta says, you're a slightly thicker stick. The Gotzeling brothers, Pulina and Felix, they're the thickest sticks among the Nisharim. But still, quite thin all by themselves. I don't say anything, just look over at Jerry, who appears to be as confused as me. Each of us by ourselves, Franta says, doesn't stand much of a chance. Sorry, Misha. And he snaps the stick. You're a pretty good player. Better than you think you are, in fact. You do a number of things quite well. You don't crowd the ball, you're quick, you always hurry back on defense when there's a counterattack, and you do a great job on throw-ins. He pats my back. Okay, I'll admit it's not a World Cup resume, but it's not so bad because you have plenty to contribute to the team. You're not playing alone. Remember that. You're playing on a team. 11 sticks. The Nisharim. Some of us are so-so. Some of us are good. Pudlina and Felix, perhaps, they are great, but not amazing. Not yet, anyway. But together we can be great if we play together. Franta takes a deep breath and nods his head. Then he starts talking again, quieter and slower than before. If we truly play together, if we help each other and support each other and make it so each of us does the things he can do, if we make it so each of us trusts that someone else will do the things he can't do himself, if we do that, we will be the best team in our building. That's what I meant. We start walking again. Have you seen Otto Hirsch play? Franta asks. From room 1? He's incredible, Jerry says. Yes, Franta says. He's the most skilled player in our building. His footwork is better than some seasoned players twice his age, but he plays with his head down. Please don't repeat this to anyone, but frankly, he's something of a ball hog, and his teammates wind up standing around and watching. You wait. When we play them, he'll have a hat trick, but we'll win 4-3. I've never been on a real team before. I doubt we'll get uniforms here, since here is Terrazin, but still, even just being on a real team will be pretty great. No, it will be better than great. It will be the best thing since all this started. Jerry starts running up the stairs to L417, so I race him to beat him. Wait, Francis calls out, so we stop. His head turns back to where Seidel and Edelstein were walking, even though they're long gone by now. You must know, however, that the Nazis, they work together too. Hitler gathered up a lot of sticks, millions of them. Franta points out a row of trees. When you see 10,000 people with their arms sticking out yelling, Hail Hitler, in perfect unison, that's quite a bundle, no? To get all of us to Terrazin, to keep us here in these conditions, to do what they've done, what they're doing, you need a very, very, very large bundle. But then I start to say, but then what about? So, Franta says quickly, but then stops again. So it's not enough to work together. You must always ask yourself, am I in the right bundle? Is this a bundle I want to make stronger by joining it? I stare at the trees a little confused. The Nisharam's a good bundle, Jerry says. Right? I ask. Yes, Franta says. I believe it is. I believe the Nisharam will make a wonderful bundle. Franta rubs his chin, thinking about something. Who knows what? Come on, you two sticks, he finally says. Let's go. The others are going to wonder what happened to us. And he leaps up from the stairs, the two of us right behind him. All right. Make sure you guys take some notes on this. Next chapter is about a month later, and we're in a new year.